Welcome back to another edition of the Friday 13th YouTube channel. Today we're talking about a new release by Robin McAuley. He's just released his new album Frontiers. It's called Alive. Born in 1953, Irish singer, Robin has come a long way since his first career. He's been involved with some fantastic musicians and groups in the past. Now, some of you may remember Robin's first band. I certainly do. They were a band called Grand Prix. They did two albums back in the day. The first album was called There for None to See. That was released back in 1982. I remember the second album called Samurai, released in 1983. And I'm pretty sure this band supported Iron Maiden. After the breakup of Grand Prix, Robin did two albums with a band called Far Corporation. They released their first album called Division 1. This was in 1985. And the second album, Solitude, which was released in 1994. Robin has also been involved with the McAuley Schneker group, who released an album back in 1987. It was called Perfect Timing. This was followed by Save Yourself back in 1989, and the last album, MSG, back in 1992. Now, Robin's been involved with various projects over the years, and he came back later on with the Michael Schneker Fest. So if you saw that tour, it was a great tour. I saw them back in my home city. They did two albums, Robin. He did Resurrection in 2018 and Revolution back in 2019. Both albums released on Nuclear Blast Records. Now, Robin's also been involved with a band called Black Swan. You may have these albums also released on Frontier Records. They released the first album, Shake the World, in 2020, and the second album called Generation Mind in 2022. Now, Robin released his first solo album on Frontier Records. It was called Standing on the Edge. You probably got this album. I thought it was a pretty cool album, and I had the opportunity to interview Robin back then, so if you haven't seen the interview, please check it out. Now, it may be interesting to know that Black Swan, if you didn't know, also features Red Beach, who was with Whitesnake. He was also involved with Winger, and it also faces bass player Jeff Pilson, once with Dokken. Two great musicians here, so Black Swan is another project you need to check out with Robin. Now, this new album features 11 songs, and the song titles for this new album is called Alive, Dead as a Bone, Bless Me Father, Feel Like Hell, Don't Go On, The Endless Mile, Fading Away, My Only Son, When the Time Has Come, Stronger Than Before, and the last song, Who Am I? So you're probably wondering who's the musicians on this album joining Robin. We have Andrea Savio on guitars, we have Alexandria Del Vilinci on keyboards and bass. He's also produced the album. Most of you out there will know his work with a lot of Frontier artists. And we also have drummer Nicholas Papacourt on drums. So that's the lineup for the album. Now, I kind of like the album cover. It kind of looks like a laboratory with his hands through some glass with some like chemicals or some fluid in the bottom. If you haven't seen the cover, check it out. It's on the review what I'm doing now, so you can just see what the album cover looks like. I think it's a pretty cool album cover, actually. So the opening song is Alive, title track of the album. Really, really good song. Robin's a fantastic singer, probably underrated for what he's been doing for the amount of time he's been on the circuit. Great singer, very powerful. It's a really good song. And it's good to see that he's using young musicians from Italy. Next song is called Dead as a Bone. This is pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of Dokken. It's got that vibe of Dokken, maybe a little bit of Rat. It's definitely got the LA scene on this song. Now, the guitar solo on this song is really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of John Norum. So if you like John Norum's guitar sound or in playing, you're going to like this song. But it's a really cool song. Like I said, it's called Dead as a Bone. Great song for the album. Next song is called Bless Me Father. This kind of reminds me of a cross between Winger and Whitesnake. There might be a little bit of Dokken in there as well, but it's a good song. Probably not the best song on the album, but the next song is really, really good. It really packs a punch, and Robin's performance is fantastic. That song is called Feel Like Hell. Great song, title says it all. Next song's called Can't Go On. This kind of reminds me of Whitesnake and also Firehouse. When I say Whitesnake, it's kind of got that Steve Vai or John Sykes guitaring in it. Really good song, fantastic guitaring all around. Now the next song's called Fading Away. This is a really cool song. It reminds me of Whitesnake and it also reminds me of Dokken. More Whitesnake. I kind of feel it's a bit like Slip of the Tongue or 1987. Robin's performance, absolutely fantastic. He's a really powerful singer. And the musicians that he's using from Italy are really, really young, but they're great musicians. Now, a lot of these old musicians seem to be using a lot of young musicians. It's bringing a fresh sound to them. They're making the music sound really great, really powerful. I think this is a really cool album. And it's like I said, it's just been released on Frontier Records. It's called Alive by Robin McAuley. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5. I think there's some great songs. I think the production's fantastic. And if you're a fan of Dokken, Whitesnake, Firehouse, then you're really going to like this. Definitely got the LA vibe. but it's a really, really good album. So check it out, guys. Leave some comments, let me know what you think. There's going to be a link at the end of here for you to check out a song. So thanks for watching, be safe.